NewViews for Non-Profit Housing version 2.34.2 included an update to the RGI Calculator to support the new RGI regulations under the Housing Services Act. Service managers in Ontario had the option of adopting the new method of calculating RGI as of July 1st, 2020, or postponing the switchover to July 1st, 2021. In this video, we'll look at the changes to the RGI Calculator. Before we do that, let's look at the My Company Address/Info view, where a new field called RGI Regulation has been added. Nonprofit housing providers should use this field to specify whether they are still calculating RGI in accordance with Ontario Regulation 298 until July 1st, 2021, or if they've switched to calculating RGI in accordance with Ontario Regulation 316. Now we'll navigate to Current Members/Tenants and look at the RGI info table. There's a new column called HSA Regs. If this field is empty, NewViews assumes the RGI item is calculated using Ontario Regulation 298. If you've switched to calculating RGI in accordance with Ontario Regulation 316, you should specify that in this field when you add new RGI items to the table. Entering Regulation 316 in the HSA Regs field triggers changes to the Residence and Income tabs in the pane below. Here we're looking at the Residence tab for an RGI item that is calculated using Ontario Regulation 298. Now let's look at the Residence tab for that item when it's calculated using Ontario Regulation 316. Notice that the child status and paid child support columns no longer appear, as that information is no longer needed to calculate RGI. Now we'll look at the Income tab. The columns on this tab are the same whether RGI is calculated using Regulation 298 or 316. The difference is the income options that are available. When RGI is calculated using Regulation 298, we see the following options when we press F3 to choose an income type. When RGI is calculated using Regulation 316, these are the income options. Net income with employment should be chosen for any of the following income sources: wages or salary, commission or bonus, tips and gratuities, vacation pay, remuneration as a dependent contractor, income from work in a business that the member directly or indirectly operates and controls, unemployment benefits under the Employment Insurance Act, or EI, payments for loss of earnings under the Workplace Safety and Insurance Act, or WSIB, payments for sick leave or a short-term disability under a private or workplace insurance plan, and any other income the service manager determines is related to employment. When using Regulation 316, the NewViews RGI Calculator will automatically determine the correct employment deduction for a family or benefit unit. The calculation displayed in the Calc Summary tab will also have a slightly different format depending on whether Regulation 298 or 316 was used. Let's go through the process of creating a new RGI item for a tenant as their annual review date approaches. This example assumes that you've switched to calculating RGI using Regulation 316 as of July 1st, 2020. We'll start by using the block copy and block paste commands to make a copy of the last RGI item, then enter a description and a date. We'll press F3 in the HSA Regs field to choose 316/19. In this case, there are no changes to be made to the Residence tab, so we'll go to the Income tab. Regular employment has to be changed to net employment with income, so we position on the Income Type field and press F3 to select the new income type, then change the amount to the net income shown on the tenant's notice of assessment. As child support is now included in net income, this item is no longer needed and we delete it. If you have any questions on using the updated RGI calculator, our tech support team would be happy to assist you. To contact them, call 905-946-9460 and press 1.